Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is RBT and welcome back to another Madden video on the channel. Today we are bringing back the rebuilds to the channel. If you guys are excited for that, make sure to drop a like. But today's video is going to be a little bit different as we're going to advance 10 years in the future and rebuild an NFL team from the year 2028. Actually, it's going to be year 2029. Just kidding, I lied. I'm a stupid man. It is year 2028. Let's continue. Because what we are going to do is sim 10 years into the future and see what the NFL looks like 10 years in the future in Madden 18, and then sim to the end of that season so we see who wins the Super Bowl and stuff like that, see who's on top of the NFL in 10 years. Then I guess we'll get our team, and then in the year 2029 is when we're actually going to do the rebuild. So it's technically 11 years in the future, but for the title's sake, it's going to be a 10-year in the future rebuild. So hopefully you guys like this video concept, and if this video can hit 2,000 likes, I'll do another rebuild just like this, but 20 years into the future in the year, I guess that would be 2038. So let me know if you want to see that as a separate video. But first thing we are going to do, boys, is the team we're going to be picking for the rebuild is just completely like random. And the rebuilds I do on my channel aren't realistic, so if you're looking for a realistic rebuild, like this is not it. But we're going to pick a random team, and what we do in 1 year, we're going to try to make as many trades as possible and do whatever it takes to make that team as good as possible in that 1 year with the ultimate goal of winning the Super Bowl. But I'm just going to pick a team at random, and this is going to be the team we do use for this rebuild. So I'm going to be scrolling to the right, and I thought it would go faster. I thought it would go faster than this. It's not, but I'm going to look away, and I'm going to count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, square, triangle, uno, 47, 0. The Green Bay Packers. We are going to be using the Green Bay Packers. This is going to be fun. Hopefully, guys, do enjoy today's video. And if you do, make sure to drop a like on the video because every like really does help out the channel a lot. Be sure to click the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Once we do hit 200,000 subscribers, I am going to be doing a massive console giveaway to you guys. And if you want to have another chance to win a console, I am doing an Instagram console giveaway once we do hit 10,000 followers. So be sure to go follow my Instagram if you haven't. Link in the description box below. Make sure to turn on the notification bell and have it selected to all videos so you do not miss any uploads on the channel. Starting today, I am going to start shouting out a comment every single video. The comment's going to be from the previous uploaded video, and one of the first 15 people to comment will be selected to be shouted out for my next video. So make sure you have notifications on to have a chance to be shouted out. Hang in there, merch, top of the description box below. Every single dollar earned from the shirt sales is going directly to charity. Long intro, RBT over with. Let's get into the rest of the video. So guys, what I did is I simmed the year 2027, and I had the Carolina Panthers selected the whole entire time, just for the fact that like the computer could just manage the Packers for those 10 years, because as you see, the Panthers, because I was using them, ended up not, they're at 67 overall, because I didn't make any free agent signings and etc, etc. So I didn't want the team that I used it for this rebuild to be that bad. So now we're going to be changing to the Packers, but before we do select the Packers as our team, I do want to show you the best players on every single team. So this is what every team looks like in the year. This is 9 years in the future, but we're going to send this year to get the year 2028. But this is what it looks like about 10 years in the future. So anyways, my team looks decent. Kenny Clark's still on the team and got some rookies, 2 really good wide receivers as our best players. Panthers, because I always use them, didn't sign any free agents, so they're not good. Patriots have 3 generated rookies as their top player, so Tom Brady obviously is gone. It's going to be interesting to see what players are still in the NFL that obviously are currently in the NFL. And I also did use the newest rosters, so all the rookies are on their respective teams, and I mean, it depends on if they stay on the team within 10 years. But anyways, the Raiders have 3 players that are generated but look pretty good. The Rams looking mighty good. Jared Goff is still on the Rams as a 90 overall. The Ravens have Marlon Humphrey and Hayden Hurst. Even though Hayden Hurst is about to retire in real life, although he just got drafted, he's still on the Ravens in this rebuild. The Ravens look really good. The Redskins have Deshaun Watson as their starting quarterback. The Saints have Derek Bergstrom and Mike Ray. 98 overalls at quarterback and wide receiver respectively. The Saints offense overall is 95, so this has to be the best offense in the NFL. Seahawks look decent. Malik McDowell's their top player, so he's still in the league. Pittsburgh Steelers have no current players in the NFL, but their team looks decent. The Texans at an 83 overall, they're okay. No players still remain there. The Titans with a 97 overall offense. So the Titans look like one of the best teams in the NFL at an 89 overall. The Vikings, they look okay. They still have Dalvin Cook on the team as well. The Bears have no original players, but they're at an 85 overall. The Bengals have Joe Mixon, so he's still in the NFL. They're an 88 overall. The Bills have a very good team. Tre'Davious White still in the NFL 10 years down the line, 91 overall. They have an 85 overall team. The The Broncos still have Bradley Chubb, so the newest rookie for the Broncos still is there at an 85 overall. The Browns have Baker Mayfield still and Myles Garrett, who is now a 99 overall. They are 89. The Bucks don't have anybody too good, but they're at an 82 overall. The Cardinals have Buda Baker still. Their quarterback is Samuel, so he has a really good name at a 91 overall offense with an 83 overall total team overall. The Chargers have Joey Bosa and Hunter Henry still at an 87. The Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes. He's developed into an 89 overall. They're an 87 overall team. The Colts have Quentin Nelson, so he's a new rookie that is still on the team at an 86 overall. The Cowboys still have Zeke at a 94 overall, but their overall is a little low at 83. Dolphins have Minkah Fitzpatrick still at a 97 overall, and their team overall is 87. The Eagles still have a kicker, Jake Elliott, and Carson Wentz is still there, but he's kind of dropped down a little bit to an 89. They're an 86 overall team. The Falcons have no existing players, but they are at 85. They have a 97 overall offense. Wow, there's a ton of good offenses. The 49ers still have Solomon Thomas. They're at 84 overall. The Giants still have Saquon Barkley, Sam Darnold, and Landon Collins. So their top 3 players are original players on the team. Their team overall is like the lowest, so that's not good. The Jaguars look like the best team in the NFL. Oh my God. 92 overall as a team, 95 offense, 93 defense. They have Cam Robinson still, Jalen Ramsey, and Christian Kirk's their top 3 players. The Jets are at 90 overall. The Lions are at 85. They still have Jared Davis. And my Packers are at 83. So we definitely aren't the worst team in the NFL. That's the Panthers because of just how things worked. But, aside from that, we actually probably are. There wasn't many teams lower than an 83 overall. So we do have a lot of work to do. So what we are going to do, since this is only technically, this is the 10th year in the franchise, but I'm going to take it from real life. We're obviously in the year 2028 in real life. So we're going to start the rebuild in 2028. But what I will do is send to the end of this season and see how things look. We'll start the rebuild in free agency so we can either sign some new free agents and re-sign some guys. We'll also do the NFL draft. So it'll be a little bit extra added to this particular rebuild. Then we'll get into the trades for next season, and that's where the most important part of the rebuild will happen. So it does look like we're going to have our work cut out for us, as we will be rebuilding a team that is not playoff caliber. So we did not make the playoffs. Our team, we have an 82 overall quarterback. We have some work to do. It's not impossible, but we definitely have a lot of upgrades we do need to make if we do want to win the Super Bowl next year. Blake Martinez is still on the team, but he's regressed to an 80 because he's probably really old at this point, and so Kenny Clark is the only other player that remains on the team. Now, how bad do we actually do? We went 7-9, so pretty much we're going to be rebuilding an average side. So it is possible we could win the Super Bowl next year because we've rebuilt a lot worse teams. The best teams in the NFL, the Jets at 12-3-1 had the best record. The Saints, although their defense was trash, we saw they had an incredible offense. They went 11-5. Bengals 11-5. Browns. So in 10 years, the Browns have gone to a 10-5-1 team. Patriots still up there as one of the best teams in the NFL. Any surprises? The Broncos had 2 ties. That's weird. They make the playoffs. And let's go to the worst record in the NFL. That goes to... That's weird. That is actually... The Panthers had a 67 overall team. 20 overall worse than anybody else. Yet they had 5 wins. The 3rd worst record in the NFL. The Texans and Bills somehow worse than the Panthers. That's wild. So now let's see who did win the MVP 10 years down the line. We had the 27th worst offense, and we also had the 26th defense. So... that's not really good. MVP goes to my boy Marcus Mariota, who is currently an 87 overall, and then just some random people, although Baker Mayfield's up there, and Sam Darnold's up there as well. So the winner of the Super Bowl 10 years down the line is the Arizona Cardinals over the Cincinnati Bengals. So the Jets, who had the best record, got knocked out by the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. In the NFC, the Saints, who had the best record in the NFC, got knocked out by the Cardinals. So GG to the Cardinals. Now I have to do some re-signing because we have 23 players ready to renegotiate their contracts that are about to expire. So let me do this before we get into the actual free agency because we need as many good players as we possibly can have. So as you guys see right here, I re-signed whatever player I thought could help us moving forward in terms of potential trades. But the one player that did not accept his contract that I offered was our highest overall guy, Bryant Hawker. But what I can do is franchise tag him, which probably would be a lot of money towards our cap. But we did get blessed with a ridiculous amount of cap space we had before I started the re-signing portion. Dog, we had 80 million in cap room, which is insane. We still have 59 mil, and I think after this, having to sign him to a $9.76 million contract would still give us 50 million to spend in free agency, and we have that enough, all that money for trades too. So that's sick. So what we can do now is advance into free agency and see if there's any players in free agency that could help out our team. Because, I mean, if worst comes to worst, sign some players to trade away. We have $49 million available in cap space right now. There are some great players. 94 overalls, 88 overalls. You got some, there's a lot of cornerbacks. So let me see what we can do. I'm going to try to sign as many players as we possibly can, but still give us a good amount to spend in trades. So boys, I've put in some contract offers, but for the most part, we are screwed. Because we got blessed with a lot of cap room, but I guess cap room doesn't really count in free agency, because if I offer like any type of decent signing bonus and up the offer to where it would at least be close, although we still have like a lot of cap room, it says I don't have the funds. So I'm so confused. But what I did do was go and offer a lot of like lower contracts to players that didn't have any bids. So I'm probably not going to be able to get the bigger free agents like I wanted to, although we do have some cap space. I don't know what that glitch is about, but I guess it is what it is, and we'll try to get as many players as we can get. So this is actually hilarious. We get like an 82 overall right guard, and Jameis Winston accepts the contract. That's hilarious. So at least we have a quarterback we can trade away. So we had a couple more guys accept. We had Derrick Kendrick accept. Lewis, like an 80 overall cornerback, accepted, and then this 80-something overall middle linebacker accepted. A couple guys rejected, but I think that's all the contracts I'm going to put out there. So we're going to advance, I think, to the final stage, see if we get any more people to sign, and we don't. But, I mean, we got a couple guys for very, very cheap. That's going to be helpful, at least depth-wise, this next season, or at least maybe as trade pieces. So if you're wondering where everybody ended up out of free agency, so league signings, Jalen Ramsey goes to the Giants, who are already really good. Tre'Davious White to the Seahawks. This fullback to the Bengals. Adoree Jackson to the Cowboys. As you see like some of these guys' age, like Marcus Peters, 35 years old, but he signs with the Steelers, so he's still rocking out there. And Russell Wilson goes to the Patriots, so that's interesting. Dak Prescott signs again with the Cowboys. I'm not sure if he was with the Cowboys previously. Danielle Hunter to the Saints. Blake Bortles to the Seahawks. I think that's the second player we've seen sign with the Seahawks. Reuben Foster to the 49ers, and that's really it. But, like, this is interesting enough. It is time to go into the draft, and hopefully we can get some good players. Like, going into the draft, man, what do we really need? We have decent offensive line depth. Maybe a tight end if we can get a tight end. Maybe if we can get some type of star quarterback. We don't have really any good running back, so maybe get another running back too. So running back, quarterback, tight end, and on defense, what do we need? Maybe a free safety, our team is not good. Defensive tackle is big too. So we have the 11th overall pick in the draft, and I wonder if we have any good offers to trade down. So we have a first and a fourth, a first and a fourth again, a first from next year, first from next year, second from this year. Yeah, all these are trash. So I think we're just going to go ahead and bite the bullet and get somebody right here. Let's try to get the best available player at one of the positions we do need. So picking a player, what are we going to get? There's a really good running back. Like, do we just take a running back? Do we take a quarterback? Phil? Well, so probably not the best thing to get a quarterback, because we need him to be good in year one. So we probably need to just trade for a high overall quarterback rather than just draft one. So we possibly could. We need a running back. So and there's also a really good tight end too. What can we do at running back? So there's two guys that look really good. This guy has A minus B. This guy's A, B plus, B plus. Tajuan or Shaquille? How about defensive tackle? Because we do need some defensive tackles as well. There's not that many incredible ones, so we probably will go running back. But which one do we go with? Oh my, there's some good ones. A or A minus and a B, or A, B plus, B plus. They all have the same exact combine grade. I think I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go with this guy because he has the highest carrying rating. That's my plan behind that. We're going to get Shaquille and good night. So everybody left in the draft pretty much sucks. We do need a tight end though. Like this guy, he's a C minus. Why would I want him? This guy looks good. I mean, he's a 6th round talent, but he's a B minus C. But I don't know. Maybe we just need to get a defensive tackle. So defensive tackles are trash as it is. So maybe just get somebody that has a high combine grade, dog. I don't know. I don't know who to get. Let's get Victor. Do we get Victor? What about one of these guys, dog? I have no idea what to do. B minus? Let's just go with Victor up here. Victor Marshall. Please just be like a 75, 71. This sucks. Like, this guy looks like the best tight end available. B minus C. Dude, I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. There's a good, strong safety here. Why not just go ahead and pick him? Ellis Sherrod, 70 overall. This is the worst draft of all time. This right guard looks good. If this guy isn't like over a 70, like 4 overall, I'm done. I'm going to sim the rest because I'm not helping out anything. This guy, he's a 75, so at least we get a half-decent pick, but we don't even need him because we don't need offensive linemen. So I've been looking around, and it looks like the best draft pick is like an 81 overall, and the best running back was like a 78, so it's not like we missed on anybody big. It's not like anybody we've drafted in this draft was going to help us immediately, so I think I'm okay with that. So now it's time to jump into the 2028 season. 10 years from what we currently are in real life. I'm going to try to rebuild this team, do everything possible, and try to create a Super Bowl champion 10 years down the line. This is about to be disgusting. We just got Saquon Barkley, 96 overall for like our 4th string quarterback, or like 5th string running back, and our last string wide receiver. This game is wild. He is worth a lot of money, like 11 million towards our cap hit, but that's where having like 50 million free ends up helping us out. Now, we need to try to get a quarterback. So we actually just went and got our quarterback. We get Deshaun Watson, who's an 88 overall from the Washington Redskins, who is also worth 11 million, so we got to be careful from now on, but we got two of our biggest position needs filled already, and we still have like 30 million left for our starting free safety, so we do need to upgrade that spot, a 5th round draft pick, and a 70 overall strong safety. So we just get ourselves a 92 overall middle linebacker for who was now our backup quarterback, a 66 overall running back, and a 71 overall defensive tackle. Now I think we need to start trying to get some defensive tackles because that is trash for us. Wow, we actually just did it to him. We get freaking 99 overall Myles Garrett for our 2nd or 3rd string strong safety, a 2nd round draft pick, and our last string running back currently. I mean, like, we didn't need a right end, but when you can add a 99 overall at a position, like, dog, you gotta do it. And I saw the opportunity and took it. So there we go. We get ourselves, I think this is actually one of the highest overall defensive tackles in the league. For our 2nd string middle linebacker, a 4th round draft pick, and our last string running back, we do get, like I said, a 90 overall defensive tackle, which was currently our biggest position of need. Boom. We just got ourselves another 99 overall player. B. Birch, 99 overall strong safety for our 3rd string quarterback, a 77 overall middle linebacker, and a 71 overall cornerback. So that's just 2 99s we've already added to the team. We're running low kind of on money now, 15 mil, but there's still some positions we can fill. Didn't expect that to happen. Well, since we got that 99 overall strong safety, we didn't need this guy. That went through straight up, and we get ourselves an 88 overall tight end to start for us, which was a position we did need to upgrade. Boom! So we get ourselves a big player, a 97 overall left outside linebacker from the New England Patriots for the running back that we just drafted from this year, but we don't really need him since we did get Saquon Barkley. We already had a pretty good backup. For our right end, who we no longer needed because we did get Myles Garrett, and a 1st round draft pick, we bring in a 97 overall player that's young, so he's still going to grow, and he's only worth like 1 million, and we can convert him to right outside linebacker, which is the biggest position we need right now, and that's just freaking sick. So we actually gain money on this. So I have an idea for the free safety position, but we needed a 1st round draft pick, so we get that from the Saints for our like 5th string right guard or 3rd string right guard, whatever it was, 4th round draft pick from next year, and our last string corner. And we get the man 94 overall B. Daniels, who's only worth 4 million for a 1st round draft pick. Jameis Winston, that's why we signed him, and a 77 overall right guard. We bring in a star-studded, like our safety group now is sick. A 99 and a 94. We still have 10 million to spend, so I gotta be a little wise with what I do here. So you might think this is dumb, and I probably could have got him for so much less. But we didn't even have a kicker on our team. So we get one of the best rated kickers in the NFL currently in this franchise, 90 overall Jake Elliott. So this deal is about to be disgusting, but I think it's about to work. We're going to get this right guard for a 73 overall defensive tackle, which we do need to go get another D tackle now, but we're going to convert this right guard to center because our center is like our lowest overall starter on the offensive line, so that's going to help us out. Wow, I just had to do it. I had to try it. We get him. We get 96 overall Cam Robinson, who is good for like a 74 left end. But now that means we can go now. We have improved our offensive line. Now we can go and trade our left tackle, who we currently had, who was actually pretty freaking good. Who was it? He's an 87, and he's just a little bit less than Cam Robinson, so a 10 overall difference pretty much. We'll be able to use him now to get somebody super good. So we just traded a lot of way to get this guy, but we needed a cornerback, and we needed a cheap one, and there's very few very good cheap cornerbacks left in the NFL at this point. So we traded that left tackle away. We traded that backup, like, young tight end we had for a first-round draft pick, and then we used that in this deal and a third-round draft pick for next year to get this guy. So we needed a cornerback, I think now what we do need is another defensive tackle. That's a big position of need. And we only have $4 million to spend, not a lot of assets left, so now it's starting to get a little tricky. So this might have been too much too, but we got our backup D tackle that we did need, traded our backup center and a first from next year, which means now we really don't have any good draft picks left, so that could hurt us. So boys, I'm at the final straw. What I have done, I spent like the last 30 minutes trading away like all the backups that were unnecessary on the team. So like we don't have like 17 left tackles. We have pretty much a backup at every single position. And then I got all those draft picks that I traded away, traded them up, and we are left now with the second and third round draft pick from this year. I think the last thing I am going to try to improve is at the cornerback position, because we don't have any cornerbacks over 90 overall. So if I can at least improve like one of these two guys to like at least a higher 80 overall like corner, I'll be happy with it. So boys, this is pretty much all we were able to do, but I'm okay with it. We get ourselves a 90 overall cornerback, which is all that's doing is upgrading from our 85. So pretty much we just get a +5 upgrade at the cornerback position, but I mean, it's all we could do. All the corners for some reason are overly expensive, and we still need to go and sign a backup quarterback and backup running backs. We only have 2 running backs and 1 quarterback, but aside from that, I think the team is okay. We might also need a backup tight end, but we have backups at every single other position, and I think our team is solid. So what backup quarterback can we sign for under $5 million? We'll get this young guy, Carson Raymer. He'd be a decent backup. And last but not least, we need ourselves a third string running back, and we are set to go. Let us get Lewis Jones. We have just enough for him. He actually has quick development, which is interesting. So we signed him as our third string running back, and this team, boys, is looking mighty, mighty good. The offensive line, solid. It's probably actually the weakest part of the team. Tight end is okay. Wide receiver core, we didn't do anything to that, but we already were blessed with a good wide receiver core. Saquon Barkley, Deshaun Watson. Defense, solid across the board. The safety pair is disgusting. Linebacker core, also disgusting. Defensive line, very sick. Cornerback core, solid. So with that said, boys, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below how you think this team is going to do. This is our only chance to win the Super Bowl. I think it's a playoff caliber team. I think it's a Super Bowl caliber team. But let me know your prediction for how you think our record is going to be at the end of the season in the comment section below. I am personally going to say 14-2. If we do any worse, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. Of course we get a first round bye, but what was our record? So our defense, I don't know why I went to defense first, but our defense looks decent. Looks like a couple guys improved. Nobody really regressed or anything. On offense, we had the whole entire offensive line progress, which is solid. And Saquon Barkley's up to a 99 overall. So with this, I'm going to say we went 15-1. That's my prediction. 13-3, I lied. But hey, I was close. I said 14-2, but I was close. So across the NFL in the year 2028, we did have the best record. The Browns have completely turned around in 10 years, going 12-4. And the worst record in the NFL is going to go to the Panthers, which is probably like rightfully so, because they're probably still like a 75 overall. As my bad, Carolina Panthers fans, as my fault. But let's see if we had anybody actually win the MVP. Preferably Deshaun Watson. We had the third best offense in the NFL. Defensively, we had the third best offense, best defense, and we still only win 13 games. Should have gone 16-0, but we didn't actually win the MVP. Russell Wilson came in second. The old guy, he's like 36 in this rebuild at this point. He's 85. The Patriots just signed him, and he came in second. Baker Mayfield in fourth. Blake Bortles of the Seahawks in sixth. My boy Marcus Mariota, who won it last year, in eighth. And Saquon Barkley, crazy enough, came in ninth place. So that was the only player for us that came in the top 10. Deshaun Watson, good year, only sacked 14 times, which is insane. How did Saquon Barkley do? 1,700 yards, 18 touchdowns. The backup had 14 touchdowns. Receiving, we had one guy over 1,000 yards, Barry Good, with 10 touchdowns. Also, this guy had 10 touchdowns too. And defensively, our best man on the defensive side of the ball goes to Chris, the guy we traded for. 123 tackles, and leading us in sacks was Myles Garrett with 13. Leading us in picks was the man Chris also, and we have Long. I just now realized we have a guy named freaking Long Lippett with 3 picks as well. So now it is time to see if this team we have put together can win the Super Bowl. It should. If we don't, I'm going to be disappointed. I mean, as you saw, nobody can beat the third best defense or the best defense and third best offense. Insane. 11-1 Saints, who did good last year, the best offense in the NFL. They probably still had a good offense this year. Please don't lose round 1. I'll be sad. I'll be so sad. We won. We did the thing. One more game until we make it to the Super Bowl. The Rams have no chance. The 10-6 Rams are going to be going back home as the Packers. Yeah, good night.